demo.
He said if I wanted a parachute I could have one because he wears one, and I said no, I'm okay. I said I had a good life, and if this is my day, it's my day, so who cares?
It's fun. Every person's different. You can't always judge how they're going to respond to flying, particularly their first flight, based on what they're like on the ground. You know, everyone is different once you get them into the air.
He wanted to know if I wanted to drive the plane, and I said no, I wanted the stunts.
I've actually fly both powered aircraft and gliders, and I much enjoy the soaring. Mainly because it's more of a relaxing sport. You know, flying a powered aircraft can be very exhilarating, particularly if you're into aerobatics or into using it as a hobby. But it can also be very boring. You know, it's similar to getting in a car and just pushing the gas and getting from point A to point B. In a glider, you can get to point A and point B, but it's definitely not a straight line.
It was very smooth taking off, because I've been in big planes and smaller planes. Then I said, well, can you do stunts with this one? And he said yes, so we did. So he tilted it all the way, and then he tilted it the other way, and then we went straight up, and then he let it fly back, and it was great. It was fun. It's very quiet up there. It's very beautiful. You see all the scenery, and you see things that you hadn't seen before, and yeah, it was beautiful, very peaceful.
Because the glider doesn't have an engine, we actually have to rely on the environment. We have to rely on the meteorology, the cloud formation, and ultimately that all comes down to the sun. The sun heats the earth heats the air, and that air starts to rise, and we actually find those pockets of rising air, and they're able to actually stay up in those pockets to get to where the clouds are, and then once we're at the cloud height, we can actually then go to the next cloud or the cloud further down, and that allows us to get from point A to point B. But as you can expect, clouds don't typically line up in straight lines, so we're hopping across the sky from cloud to cloud. We had a member who just recently completed a 750-kilometer flight, which took them into Saskatchewan and down to Drumheller and back to the field in a record speed as well. So quite an accomplishment in an airplane that, again, doesn't have an engine. We are limited to when the sun is able to heat up that earth, that ground, and the air starts to rise, to when the sun sets. So we have a very narrow window, typically between 8 or 9 hours this time of year. It's very much a mental game. It's a chess game that you're playing with the sky and trying to figure out where the next cloud is, where the next spot is that you have to be in order to actually get further along on your goal, whether it's flying faster, farther, higher. There's a number of personal challenges that you can actually get into as part of the sport. It's not to mention also the rush of aerobatics.
Do it while you can. Do it while you're healthy. It's good to experience different things in life, and this is a new experience.
It's an addiction. The rush of actually being able to take off and soar with the eagles is just amazing.
How was it?
It was great.
I mean, it was not bad, was it?
No, I got a little queasy, kind of way around the corners or whatever, but he's great. He's a great pilot.
So did you do any stunts with her?
No, I'm not.
nice.
No, I would. He wouldn't want that to happen in his plane.
Okay.